How strong are your joints? You know, in my 50 years of woodworking, this has been the subject of a lot of discussions, but they've been opinion discussions. You know, one guy saying, well, I think this joint is stronger than that joint. But I've never run across anyone who really could give a definitive answer based on testing. So today, we're gonna do some testing. We're gonna make a bunch of joints and we're gonna bust those joints and we're gonna see how strong they are. I'll make 13 different joints. Now I'll explain them as we go. Put them in this jig and I'm gonna pile weights. These are just paving stones on top of there and see how many paving stones it takes to bust them. Now I'll have to tell you right now, I was surprised at the results, both in some joints that didn't work as well as I thought they would, and one in particular that worked much better than I ever would have expected. All right, so here's our collection of test pieces, our finished joints. Starting from the end there, we've got just a butt joint, and then we've got a screwed butt joint, or some people would say a screw joint. And we've got two dowel joints, the first one using commercial dowels, and the second one being done with dowels that I cut myself out of walnut. Then we have a set of 4 different pocket hole joints using inside and outside, and with glue and without glue. After that, we've got a domino joint, miter joint, a splined miter joint, a finger joint, or box joint, as some people refer to it, and a hand-cut dovetail joint. Before we start busting these, there's a couple things I want to mention. First of all, I'm doing these all in pine. The results we would get would be different if we were using a hardwood, but I'm using pine because that's what most beginning woodworkers work with. The second is that to do this as a true scientific study or test, we would need to do several of each joint because there are some variables that can take place that could affect the actual strength. So we're going to get a comparative level, but it won't be an absolute perfect test. And finally, how much glue is used in the joint makes a huge amount of difference. Now I noticed when I was assembling a couple of these joints, specifically the box joint and the dovetail joint, that the fit of the wood is so tight that there's not much glue in there. So we've got a great mechanical hold, but I'm not sure how well our glue hold is on those joints. Okay, we're ready to test. I've got my testing jig here. I've got all of my joints, and I've got a stack of weights. And for weights, I'm using pavers, cement pavers. They weigh 23 pounds a piece. So this isn't going to be a real fine, accurate measurement, but we're going to get a relative idea between all of our different joints, how strong they are. So the idea is that the weights will press on our test samples, pressing on the 2 ears, which is probably the way they'll collapse the corner the easiest. Matter of fact, I already tried this with the pieces going this way, and they're much stronger that way, okay? I couldn't pile enough weight on there with some of these. So this block here is just to keep it from collapsing and dumping all the stones, all right? This board, which is also adding weight, is 3.5 pounds. So that's our total weight, is these and that. Well, let's see what happens. I'm starting with our simplest joint, which is the butt joint. It's just a glued butt joint. We actually have 4 butt joints, but this is just a glued butt joint, something that everyone says is really weak. So let's see how it does. I obviously don't want to drop these on there because the shock will magnify the weight. Well, there's 3. That's more than I thought it would do. Okay, it broke. So that broke at 4 stones, which is 90, about 92 pounds, okay? Okay, our next joint is a modification on the butt joint. I've gone ahead and put screws in here, and this is one of my pet peeve joints, you could say, because screws aren't supposed to work well going into end grain. If you're going into grain, you're supposed to use nails. So we'll see how much better this does. Okay, that's the same weight the other one broke at. And this one did just a little bit more, not much. So we got 5 stones on there. That's 115 pounds that it broke at. The glue failed and the screws actually started pulling out. Okay, so our next one is the first of our dowel joints. Now this one's using commercial dowel joints. I did two with dowel joints because I have had problems with commercial dowel joints not being very strong. So we've got a second one that's got some that I made myself. All right, so let's pile them on this one. This should do better than that last one did. And I just barely touched the fifth stone to it when it broke. And it looks like our dowel joints actually pulled loose, is how that broke. Okay, so now I've got another one with dowel joints, but these dowel joints are walnut, okay? They should be stronger in theory, but we'll find out. Four. And again, it breaks at the same place. So a stronger material for the dowels doesn't seem to make a whole lot of difference. And again, it looks like the dowels started pulling out of the holes. The glue joint failed. Actually, it's not the glue that's failing. It's the wood that's failing. I'm going to go with one more that can be considered similar, and that's the domino. Now, I don't have a domino cutter. So what I did is I hand cut the dominoes myself using a drill and a chisel, okay? But it's a similar sort of joint, still a butt joint with something to reinforce it. And that didn't even do as well. That broke at 3. Okay, so next we're going to do our pocket hole joints. As I mentioned before, I'm doing inside and outside because the mechanics of those joints are different. With the inside, the screw kind of has to bend, or at least positionally it has to bend, whereas on the outside it has to pull out. So there's a little bit of difference. So what I've got here is I've got the inside one without any glue. This should at least theoretically be the weakest of the 4, although okay, so that was pretty weak. It broke on the very first stone being put on top of it. So now I've got the one that's the outside, and this is still without glue. It's just the pocket hole screw. And these have 2 screws, by the way, which would be normal for this size piece of wood. So let's see how this one does. Here's our first stone, and it hasn't broke yet, so that's a good start. Here is the third stone, and there it goes. So that was the third stone that caused that to break. So that puts it pretty much on par with our domino joint, actually. So here's our inside screw. I'm sorry, I said domino joint. I meant pocket hole joint. So this is the inside screw with glue as well. Okay, so that should add, theoretically, at least some strength to it. We'll see how much. So there's our first stone. We're doing better than we did without the glue. So the glue does add some strength. That one we found. And it breaks when I try and put the fourth stone on. So here's our fourth and final pocket hole screw. This is the screws on the outside of the joint plus glue. So of the 4, this is the one that I would personally expect to be the strongest. We didn't have the glue. Now we're up to 5th stone, and that's where it works. Miter joint. This is just a glued miter joint. There's no mechanical fasteners. This is one of those joints that everyone says is super weak. Stone. That was 230 pounds that caused that to break. And that was clearly the glue joint breaking, by the way, not the wood, okay? All right, so now I've got a spline miter joint. And I have to say right now that considering it took 230 pounds or 10 of my 12 stones to break that last joint, I don't think I've got enough weight here to break, but we'll try anyway. Six. I heard a little tick there, like the glue is starting to break. Not sure if that's what I was hearing. 7. All right, that defies logic. If the straight spline joint was able to hold 230 pounds, I'm sorry, straight miter joint, then the spline joint should have been able to hold more. Okay, this is a box joint, and if anyone's interested, there are 3/8 inch fingers on the box joint. Now, I'm a little concerned about this one because the joint fit together so tight that I'm not sure how much glue got in the joint, whether there was glue in the joint, but how much of it that got pushed out in the process of closing up the joint. There it is. 6. Yeah, I could hear it starting to break. And just looking at these, the fingers here of the joint actually broke. Okay, last one. This is a dovetail joint, hand-cut dovetail joint. I am not an expert at hand-cut dovetails, but I think I actually did a fairly decent one here. So, mechanically, the dovetail joint should definitely be stronger than the finger joint was. But again, we've got that problem of glue squeeze out. And do we have enough glue there to hold the joint? And no, we don't. And it broke pretty darn quickly. Couple final points I want to make from this testing. First of all, I need to remind you that we did this all with pine. Now, the same joints would all be stronger with hardwoods. And the reason I know that is that in pretty much every case, what failed wasn't the glue, but rather the wood itself. The one joint where I can say it was absolutely true that it was the glue was the miter joint, and that turned out to be the strongest joint of all. The second thing is that our joints need enough space in them for the glue. In the case of the box joint, I don't feel that there really was enough space in there. The same can be said for the spline miter joint and also for our dovetail joint. Interestingly enough, in the case of the dovetail joint and the box joint, it was actually the pins or the tails that broke, okay? And the third generality I'd like to make is that pocket hole screws just aren't that strong, okay? Granted, they're convenient and I'm not saying we shouldn't use them, but we need to be careful to make sure that the places we do use them are places where we're not looking for extreme strength. And then finally, adding things like dominoes and dowels doesn't really add a lot of strength to a joint. Yes, we got a little more strength than we did, like 20 pounds more strength when we had our domino or when we had our dowels as compared to just a simple glued butt joint. But it wasn't a lot extra.